All right, so we have BladeHollow and Toyota. These guys are like the aspirant class in Toyota's case, and the hotshot class in BladeHollow's case. These guys are the underdogs. They are a team of newer players. And we've got our Blood Protoss in BladeHollow, and our Eggshell Blue Terran in the top right. We've got Sucky Ducky. I have no idea who this is. It could be like PSense or somebody else's alt. It is... so this is... he's on a team with HitEmUp. HitEmUp seems to be... what would you say this color is? It's not just white. It's some other color. Platinum, maybe? Oh, it is white. Okay, well, I haven't seen White Zerg in a while. Shambler lagging. And this one is like a dark spring green, forest green. Okay. And they are a team of Zergs in the bottom right. Very cool. In the middle of the map, proxying, as well as in the bottom left, we have the Shambler, Red Terran. And we have Noiturne, Black Zerg. So that's them's the breaks. This is Massacre. You get twice as many units, and you don't harvest Vespene normally. Instead, you harvest it from killing enemy units and making your own units. You get 3 Vespene for each event. Looks like this forward stockade push will scout around. You'll see Shambler see that nothing is in the top left. Toyota already going to be getting a little bit of value by attacking HitEmUp. That HitEmUp already has a forward base with the Quasis. Very nice. And it looks like both... yeah, Sucky Ducky has an expansion as well, so that's like a pretty greedy play. Theoretically, they could get ganged up on. Toyota has a treasury for his natural expansion. And Noiturne has a natural expansion, but he's not mining from it yet, adding more hatches, adding a Hydra Thin. So basically, every gas expenditure early on is pretty, like... It's vital, right? But then eventually you're going to get flooded with so many units that you can afford to drop more gas expenditures, right? So when you see the gas start to get really up there, that's mostly because of that. Now, Shambler's going to attack in Toyota versus Toyota and Blade like early on, right? They're going to need to try to combine arms, stop Shambler from just stimming in and killing everything. So let's see the counter stim. Looks like it's a little bit late there for Toyota, and he obviously doesn't have nearly as many Mavericks. He's going to come back in and stim his other Mavericks here. Wow, really good hold actually from Blade. He made all the sims. Hierophant not really ideal in this situation, but I guess it must have like gotten an attack speed proc off or something. And these reinforcement stims actually kind of cut off the retreat. So a lot of Shambler's forces are going to be rendered obsolete. A lot of Zephyr cores coming in from HitEmUp as well, attacking Noiturne, and there's no localized production from Shambler, so he can't make units to defend this. Instead, it looks like he is going to be attacked next. Noiturne going to have to unburrow. Oh, he doesn't really have that many workers left, it looks like. Now, Blade has lost all of his sims. But does he have more? He has a couple more. He's making some Legionnaires. I wouldn't really like that. Zealots are definitely more my speed versus Bio. A lift happens. The Shambler Masons are going to have to evacuate. HitEmUp's just going to kind of camp this position. I would just like leave one Zephyr core there, but... yeah, Sucky Ducky going to add in as well. Look at this. Riller cores versus Zephyr cores. They're going to help in and attack each other. This has happened twice in 2 different FFAs. Isn't that funny? And it's Noiturne both times making them versus HitEmUp, funnily enough. A couple of quads are being made, but he actually went into another round of Droleth. Might have been a little bit greedy in that position. Somehow, we've got Blade and Toyota holding off, and the Bio Ball is about to try to descend upon Sucky Ducky and HitEmUp. It looks like Noiturne might be able to hold with the next round of units. He's making some really cores, but they're going to take a moment, and the Quads are definitely going to be able to tear through these Zeths, but they're going to need a little bit of micro. Shambler still has not landed over in that position, instead trying to use his free little spots over here for mining. And HitEmUp hasn't actually been on the ball with the A move. Toyota's Mavericks in the top left are going to get cleared by HitEmUp. Still just making nothing but Mavericks and Cyprians. The Bio Ball now trying to wrap around and see what it can do. Shellacking a bunch of Hydras. I think what you probably want in this situation versus all this Bio is obviously going to be like the... He's clearly trying to go for like Bactylisks or something, but he doesn't yet have the Bactith tech, right? He doesn't actually have the swamp there. So a little bit unfortunate. He's going to end up losing his expansion. He's got a lot of Visera cores that just happened. Well, I don't know. It's still looking pretty valid in all cases. A bunch of Hatrosks going down for Noiturne, by the way. He's still very much in the game. The Visera Corps is having a really hard time actually getting in on top of Shambler's army, but okay, they will end up avenging it. There's a lot of quads that were made by Sucky Ducky. He can and probably will send those to continue to exact vengeance on the Zerg player, but little do they know that's not where the stockades are, right? Like at some point it's got to click, oh, his stockades are somewhere else. Put them in the middle of the map. Now, the Bio Wars, Toyota going to fight against his opponent. He's got a lot of his own Hurakans, but it looks like maybe they got chewed up before they could really do much. Needed to maybe engage in a different way. The Aziracors are going to come in here and witness Shambler being heckled a little bit. Here comes Noiturne reinforcing with Quasilisks. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. No armor rend here for Shambler. He is going to need to stim his Mavericks on and try to kill these Aziracors. He's got a lot of them in the back there. Yeah, HitEmUp is going to start falling back. Zorka Shroud on the way here for Noiturne. That's going to be his tech du jour. We've got the Idols and the Sims and the Zealots to see if they can finish the job here, but it's kind of like a tug of war as more and more Cyprians are put to the test. The Mavericks put to the sword. Zealots coming in here. Plenty of tankiness there. Bladehollow is going to be able to probably finish cleaning house. Sucky Ducky taking a third base. His Quasilisks are engaging back at home, but Noiturne has a bunch of Hydras. Hasn't really been able to do much economic damage. That's going to change now that those Zethicors munch on those workers. And the Ministry, or rather the Stockades, have to lift. Oh, look at that Toyota. He's bloodthirsty. He's going after those Stockades. I'll give you a hint. DG is in my main. It means dark green. That's not really true. Your main is right here. But yeah, Noiturne's going to go ahead and clear out all of that. Bladehollow going to find HitEmUp and Sucky Ducky's army together. 17 Zoriustalets on the way. That's going to be obviously 34 because it's doubled. A lot of Zorius. A lot of meat. And HitEmUp is going for the ski-back scab after all. He will be going Bactylisks, it seems. So it looks like 3 of the 4 stockades ended up surviving, or maybe it was like 5 or something. The enemy team. There's 2 of them, Shambler. Shambler is in the lobby, so you expect typing. Looks like HitEmUp is going to go ahead and try to descend upon these anchors before they can get set up. Really, really nice timing there to defeat Toyota's defensive moves. He actually doesn't have anything in those anchors either. Stimmed Mavericks, a bunch of Hurakans. Should still have some legs over here. He's got plenty more Mavericks to go, but it's going to be a little bit before he can get there. 8 Bactylisks for Noiturne coming. You don't get double mutated units, so it's not like one Hydra turns into 2 Bactylisks. That would be pretty absurd. All right, here comes the beef. Will they be able to actually get in there? Another stim is necessary for those Mavericks if Toyota wants to keep it going. His Ministry is going to be under fire, and that will be a wrap for the Hydras. There's the stim. Hurakan's helping to rend the armor, but those Zoryus are not quite going to be able to make it happen. Well, HitEmUp is going to get heckled by the Noiturne army at the same time as he's continuing to try to push back. Zealots and Idols once again deploying. They need to get rid of all the Zoryus first. There's so many of them. Oh my god, there's so many. There's 40 plus Zoryus, dude. Good luck, my friend. HitEmUp evacuating his base. Can't hold it there. Is going to end up falling back away from the army, leaving the Zoryus kind of out to dry here. They don't deal that much damage by themselves. A couple of Hydras are also left in with the party. Shambler expanding towards the top half of the map. Noiturne keeping his ally in the game with all of his hatches. He's absolutely able to push HitEmUp back and force him into a more defensive posture. He's got his own Bactyls, but not quite as many, it seems. There was a Shambler tile, but the Kagr covered it up. Hope you guys saw it anyway. I was going to say we have a moment of silence here, but that's not true at all. Noiturne is going to get descended upon. Very nice concave that HitEmUp has set up. He is going to end up losing the 6 o'clock, and Noiturne is very quick to try to take it. Tier 2 has been achieved for Sucky Ducky. He's got 14 pairs of mutas coming. He can use that to absolutely ravage the economy on one of these players. He's going to try to hold back the hordes of Hurakan, Maverick, Cyprian, as well as the Idol Zealot. See if he can maybe do that with pure Zoryus, while his opponent, his ally rather, is doing his best to rout the Zerg army. It's Black Zerg versus White Zerg. Feels like a game of chess, but it's a little bit more demented than I remember. And it looks like, yeah, Noiturne's actually falling back to a more consolidated position. There's plenty of bio where that came from for Shambler. Just streaming endless Mavericks, Hurakans, and Cyprians out as fast as his fingers will type. And that's pretty fast. Hurakans doing their best. Zoryus are down to the low 20s. I feel like this is going to be enough to actually finished them off, but let's see. He's got more of them coming, maybe. I don't know. His Material Nest was just finished. We'll see if he gets some convies. Instead, it's going to be Lakes. Spending down his gas as best he can. That's the main reason why he has so many Zoryus, is they spawn the Roller cores, which give you more gas. Oh, there we go. A little bit of a push forward with the Cyprians. I don't know if he's got enough Hurricanes, though. He's got to deal with all the Izira cores. It's a real big mess here, but it looks to me like the Bio Force is going to be held at bay, and the Idols are going to get stepped on. The Mutas are now ravaging Toyota's economy. Nothing left in that position. The Drolets arrived to take over, but the Mutas didn't clear those, so that's very funny. Tier 2 now coming for Noiturne. Ardent Authority for Mr. Blade. He needs many more Idols to deal with all these Mutas. As of right now, there's 52 of them. They could just run in and kill the Idols. That's a lot of splash damage, though. Does Sucky Ducky know to target them? He goes after the Lattice instead. That's a lot of softened up Mutas right there. Plenty more Mavericks and Cyprians. Muta's not really super good against the Cyprians themselves. Gonna end up losing quite a bit. The Ardent Authority being focused down. The Lattice dies to the bounces. Blade seems routed. Noiturne engaging with Zeth Quaz. Where are my SCVs? Well, we don't call them that anymore. But, you know. The Hurricanes are like, hey, you can't mine here. Hydra Izzy Zoryu's trying to hold Shambler at an arm's length while the Mutas get everything done in the top right. Wow, we're really in a bit of a brawl today. I didn't expect the Massacre to... I thought this game would be over real quick, but evidently not. We have Tier 2 for Noiturne and for Sucky Ducky. We'll see if they end up leveraging at any time soon. Shambler's very close to affording an Atlas himself. We'll see if he goes for it. As Noiturne falls back, the Lakes are going to go ahead and kind of consolidate in one spot, but they're not really able to get in the way of Shambler and his opponent. Now we got Zealots descending on to finish off the job of the Cypriots. It's a sandwich here. Everybody fighting in the same spot. What an FFA. FFA moment. Toyota exacting economic vengeance. More lattices being made. I'm not quite sure what happened to the Muta stack. Oh, okay, there it is. Still good and healthy. I think he had like 57 or something, and now he's got 42, so... Life, the universe, and everything on those Mutas. Clearing out Noiturne in the bottom. Drolets are arriving to try and take this base, but it doesn't look like it's happening right now. Toyota flanking the position here. There's only one side for the static defense. Sucky Ducky in a lot of danger right now. His Mutas have made a bit of a death pact. Cyprian's obviously engaged with them a little bit. I guess at the very least he can try to hamper Shambler's growth. As of right now, HitEmUp diving forward with Hydra back to Izzy. It's absolutely running roughshod over the Quaz army. But look at the Hurricanes, look at the Mavericks. It feels like Shambler should be able to hold on this. Sucky Ducky, on the other hand, not really able to. He's pushing his army out in the other direction. I think he might want to try to, like, stop his opponent from, like, attacking into him. He's, like, trying to psych him out a little bit by attacking him and forcing a recall, but instead... Toyota's pushing forward, and he's now starting to endanger. The Mutas are flying over. They're getting eviscerated by all the Cyprians. Poor Sucky is a bit of a ducky. It looks like with the Bactyls still alive, the Izira cores and the Hydralisks are holding this Bioforce at bay. It's a massive concave here, a firing line, and the Cyprians are going to fall. The Mutas descend. Maybe the call was made. Don't give a shit about Toyota. We need to kill Shambler. I don't know, just an idea. That might leave Blade and Toyota in a prime position to defeat their opponents. What is HitEmUp going to do with all of these forces? He's making Bactyls behind it. He's going to need to turn around and stop this, or he's just going to say, no, I'm just going to end the game. I'm just ending. Toyota even curious. Maybe. Maybe we did, actually. I don't know. Are you losing? That's a good question. Well, it seems like Shambler's in the right game anyway. Nope, I'm winning. Shambler's desperately holding on. Well, I don't know if Sucky Ducky is actually desynced. He just said, oh, and then started moving his forces back, which I think is very amusing. But HitEmUp has just been building up a force. Probably, he can't really deal with that right now. He needs to reinforce the front lines versus Shambler, or Shambler's just going to hold him. The Mutas descend upon Shambler's stockades, actually, so maybe not. Shambler just going to start setting up more stockades in the top left. He's got a lot of bases, not really a lot of tech. Oh, there we go. The Zorius in the lake is... Yeah, I don't know. It really is a... That's like a legit part of the game? What the hell? I was like, why isn't he defending? Shambler now descending. Gateways to soak up some damage. Not a bad idea. A little bit of an outpost here as Blade just throws his army into the mix. He's got a lot of resources. He could definitely be doing some more with that. Especially in the mineral department, right? Here come the Lakers Burrow. Toyota going after the important target, the Iris. But if those Hurricanes end up getting minced, well, he's gonna get one armor rend on it, but I don't think it's gonna be quite enough. Yeah, there you go. I can't believe what just happened, dude. Sucky didn't even notice that he was being killed. He's like, oh yeah, I should do something about that. Unbelievable. All right, well, we've got 35 mutas. The last stockade is not quite going to be able to do enough. Here come the Zealots. WTF. I don't know why Shambler would think that. The walls are closing in around our bottom left team. Noiturne is still alive in the game. He's got Lyrilisks out as well. There's a lot of Bactyls being made. And a lot of Bactyls already out. I think Shambler's basically wrapped. He doesn't really have that much. He's trying to make stockades, but Toyota's on him with a bunch of Hurricanes. Team Ahmed blasting off again. With the walls crumbling around him, yeah, Blade is... he's rebuilt kind of his economy. He definitely... I feel like he definitely needs to be doing more. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and build some more stuff over here, but he definitely could spend his money a bit better. We'll see what he does. You guys are so fucked. Well, there you go. Is that maybe Sucky Ducky is Grass Eater? That could be a... I mean, he's got the Muta strat, right? That's like exactly what you would expect. Oh, glorious Mutalisk death! Ooh! Body slammed. Actually, didn't kill that many. We went from 35 to 27. That's not too bad. Noiturne trying to engage here. Got some Vilgora cores out for Sucky Ducky. Trying to be a front for HitEmUp's Hydra-backed. Remember, this is Massacre mode, guys. This is not... You don't harvest gas normally. You harvest it by killing and by making units. The Muta's diving back and forth. Toyota Blade definitely kind of being a tag team duo here. Noiturne trying to hold versus HitEmUp. I don't think that's going to work out, especially with no support from his ally. Oh, yeah. The Lyrilisks were a good idea in theory, but like when you can't reinforce them to the same number, Bactylisks are going to deal with them. Good for a raiding party. HitEmUp reset 6 o'clock. Might have been a good target for the Lyrilisks to go towards. Well, looks like maybe the stockade spam here might be able to... I don't know. Idols just absolutely wreck Mavericks in these kinds of engagements. Toyota going to come back in with his own Bioblob. Noiturne being finished off by the Bactyl hordes. He's making his own retrieval nest, but I think it'll be too little too late. Zephyrcore is waypointed towards the Hurricanes of Toyota. That's not going to get anything done. But the Mutas might be able to come in and do something. Look, Blade made all these gateways like a fastest player or something, but he never resaturated his expansion. He hardly has any workers. He's got some idols off to the side. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a successful move there. He's adding more gateways. He's like, yeah, screw it, dude. I have so much mineral bank, I don't need workers. Yeah, I suppose so. Toyota has to do something about that. There's the idols spring into action. Cyprian's spring into action. Blade, eventually, my man, you need to make some probes, some scribes, bro. Make some scribes. Vilgoricor is staying alive forever versus Mavericks, of course. What else is new? Kafralosk was made. That's 300 Vespine, dude. That's an enormous amount. Oh my god, HitEmUp. You have so many units. Yeah. Get all the units. Get all the units. He's like control clicking the individual units, and he's now, instead of like just... I guess that's actually a bit more convenient than box selecting, thinking about it. He might box select like workers or larvae or something. So there they go. Streamlining directly towards the Hurricanes. Will it be enough? Toyota has basically run roughshod over Shambler. He's falling back now, but yeah, the rest of his army is still here, kind of committed, kind of dug in. You know, he did make subscribe. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. The Convolisks of Sucky Ducky are deploying. A dead player, he says. I think by this point, everybody should know to just disregard anything Shambler types in a free-for-all, right? Like, isn't that just known by now? They're still not actually through this position. No idea you were dying. Wink. Meanwhile, idols, Cyprians, zealots. That's all that we have right now. The Hurricanes have been absolutely massacred. You looked like you were thriving. I wonder why. That's so weird, isn't it? It's almost like he's got a bunch of more bases. Shambler gaslighting Toyota live on stream. My PC is also dying. Is it that many? Actually, Shambler, it was 36. More units reinforcing. Actually, cutting off the Cyprians. Oh my god, the Bactals are just... There's so many Bactals, dude. Pre-stim on the Mavericks, but the bounces are just going to get absolutely out of hand. He's finally making scribes, but the Zealots, he's making 10 Zealots a pop. They needed to be here yesterday. Toyota's got more men coming on in. The Rillero course, the last stand. Spoiler, I don't think that's going to do too much. He's got a bunch of Cyprians, so it's just pure Cyprian. That's all Shambler makes. Maverick Cyprian. Oh no, real. HitEmUp is quaking in his boots, like the hotshot says. Quaking in boots. Alright, well, it does look like this force will be enough to break through. There are some reinforcements that can come down, but they're all Mavs. Rilla last stand, yeah. True. Rilla last stand record. Shambler typing. Wrong. This is no, yeah, true. Look at all the rills. Fuck yeah. Chat, am I cooked? What do you guys think? Should you type yes for Toyota? Deep fried. I'm incinerated. Hey, he's still got a hatch rust there though. Oh, maybe Sucky Ducky will finish him up. He's just trying to clear out all of the Cyprians. HitEmUp tried to take that base. Very funny. Where are you, by the way? HitEmUp still rocking and rolling right about now. Still rocking and rolling. Look at all the gateways. Oh, he's got 4 workers. He's got 2 workers. Blade, my man. How did he... I can't believe he didn't spend through his bank this fast. Like, what is he... Where's his mining pin? Well, HitEmUp in grass. Look like they might be set up for success. The Mavericks are doing their best, but they cannot hold versus the combined arms. Shambler just doing his best. Looks like Grass's ministry kill quest has not gone exactly to plan. Noiturne's still alive, if only barely. And the Zero Course are here to clear the sets. No! Oh, God. Okay. Well, Shambler can try to help him with that. Blade, on the other hand, he's finally out of money! Blade is finally out of money! Kind of. They still got enough to make 3 more Zealots. There are 3 Tensenders being made by Toyota. Where is he making them? Oh, he's building them over here. He wants to fill them with Cyprians. He hopes that that will be enough. Meanwhile, Shambler being heckled by Zerg. Noiturne being heckled by Zerg. This hatch has not yet been found. Convilles are fucked. Yummy. T2, by the way. Yeah. The flag is flying. The Terrans will endure. Thank you, DF. Is there empty room on this map? No. Endless death. Endless Rillarokor death. Oh my god. Oh, one of them has fallen. One of the 10 Sunders has fallen. My god. Now this is good shit right here. The Rillarokors ate the Nexus! And Shambler desperately rebuilding Hurricanes. Oh, look, he's got a mining base. There. Wait just a minute. Oh, I see. Hey, if he had the Calculator Lake, he could have made Calculus, and maybe he would have had a chance. The last 10 Sunder, our final flag bearer. This is where the Terrans make their final span. And it's gone. You know, all the tier 2 that he could have done, and he chose that. Well, Grass finished that one off. Convols are fair. It's true, they are. They're so expensive, they're fair. Especially in Massacre mode, are you kidding me? Noiturne making one convol is like, oh, I wonder if this will save me. That's really funny. Well, Grass Eater is getting tier 3. Azurg. HitEmUp diving up towards the 12 o'clock, now that the frames are free of Toyota's tyranny. It looks like the map isn't configured to defeat the players and turn them into witnesses or whatever, so he's still in the scoreboard there. But have no fear, he is in fact defeated. There's one ministry floating in the island. I don't know why Shambler doesn't just Jeej. Nath Kamikaze. Oh shit. Oh, there he is. He's out. And then, so too was Noiturne. GG, boys. That was, that was a wrap. That was a funny game.